Thank you, Father Kevin, for that, Reverend Kevin, for that wonderful message and that beautiful story that represents the essence of Christmas. I know you're a great friend of the mission, and your blessings will continue, I'm sure, to prevail over this office of ours in the year ahead of us. 2017 has been a remarkable year for Sri Lanka-Australia relations, as many of you may know. It was not just for the very high-level reciprocal visits that took place. As you know, it was the Prime Minister who came here first in February as a guest of state, followed by our President. And then there were reciprocal visits. Your Foreign Minister, Julie Bishop, went to Sri Lanka, and then just last month, we had the Prime Minister of Australia as a guest of state visiting Sri Lanka. It was just not the protocol of the visits that were relevant. It was the meaningful agreements that were signed in terms of our long-term relationship, which embodied everything that Sri Lanka needs and which Australia is willing to offer. Things that are causing us considerable concern, like the elimination of dengue, the kidney-related diseases, violence against women, gender equality, transfer of technology to our agricultural sector, experts going out there to ascertain the level of minerals that are available in our country, help in dealing with the narcotics trade, which is actually becoming a matter of concern back home, security surveillance through the naval expertise of Australia, and the federal police also helping us in many ways. So there have been, and finally, a very meaningful agreement that has been signed for mutual cooperation in economic development. So, if I look back on these 12 months, there could be a nicer way to sign off than with the Christmas message, which is that this has been an outstanding year in our international relations. And Australia have been a great friend for over 70 years. And the recognition of that and the opportunities that have been provided for Sri Lankans living here was reciprocated when, on the exact date of our 70th anniversary of diplomatic ties, all of you came forward to support this mission in a blood donation campaign, program at the Red Cross. And that was very special too. And I can assure you that it was greatly appreciated by the people who run the government, as also His Excellency, the Governor General, because it was a very unusual gesture, and it just conveyed the extent to which all of you who have chosen Australia as your home had so much to be thankful for. It was just 4 hours ago that my deputy and I attended the ordination of 3 Sri Lankans as brothers in a missionary church not very far from here. And it was such a pleasant afternoon. It started at 11 and it finished at 1. There were so many meaningful messages and carols. But there was one that came to me as a little surprise, because Father came, and then on the white screen that was there was a message that went across as another commandment. And that commandment, as we know, there were 10 that were handed down to Moses by God, but this was yet another, and it said, "Love each other as much as I love you." And I thought to myself, is there somewhere down the line where God has reason to be disenchanted with the way we treat each other? And that reminded me of something that Mahatma Gandhi said in the 1940s. It was that it remained a mystery to him how man could see himself honored through the humiliation of his fellow beings. And if nearly 80 years after that, we have reason to think about it, and that mystery remains unsolved, then that itself must be a human tragedy on its own. And these are the areas in which I think we need to focus very seriously as we move into 2018 and celebrate our 70th anniversary of independence. Because there are some very bitter lessons that we need to learn, and we are learning. And yet, there are also some beautiful lessons that we can take forward from this wonderful country called Australia in terms of multicultural harmony and mutual respect. In fact, when Prime Minister Turnbull toasted our Prime Minister at Parliament House on Valentine's Day to felicitate the relationship, he referred to the strength of the relationship as having been based on mutual respect and trust. So nothing could be more profound than that. And therefore, I would like to share a line that Her Majesty the Queen's father, King George VI, said to the people of Britain when he conveyed the decision of England to wage war against Hitler's Germany. He said, "If one and all we stay resolutely committed, then with God's help, we will prevail." The meaning of that is that if intentions are honorable and actions are sincere, we can all be assured of God's blessings. And therefore, I would like to finish my brief address to you with the lines from a very senior journalist who retired, a US journalist who retired in 2017, one of the most highly respected journalists. His name was Oliver Stone. And in his farewell address to the Writers Guild in the United States, this is what he had to say. "Find time to be alone by yourself, to listen to your inner silences, to find the true meaning of your life on earth, and never give up on your struggle for peace, decency, and telling the truth." I thank you sincerely for your presence here today, and particularly the Sri Lankan community gathered here. My colleagues will endorse the sentiments that you have been wonderful, the way you have come forward to support us in almost every event. In fact, not almost, in every event that we've had in the mission. We started with Vesak, we went on to Ramazan, then we had Deepavali, and today we are having Christmas. And your presence here is a perfect indication, representing all ethnicities and religious faiths. You all are here to support us. And therefore, that's why I say, when I look back, I think this has been perhaps the most blessed year in the history of this mission and in our relationship with Australia. I thank you, may God bless you, and have a wonderful season and a great year 2018.